Hello all. So in this video we will continue with the prioritization with respect to subjects and topics for General Studies Paper 3. We have already completed this exercise for GS1 and GS2. So do check out those videos in the playlist. So as we see in the GS3 is economy, agriculture and security. They see subjects which occupy the top three spots, followed by environment, science and technology and disaster management. So this should be the overall priority based on the number of questions asked in PYQs on these subjects. Observing specifically for 2013 to 2019, we see that economy, agriculture, and security, the same list follows, followed by environment, disaster, and SNT. So, since disaster management is just a single line syllabus mentioned, so roughly 1 to 2 questions are asked every year. That's why this is a relatively lesser, but considering this is just a single line subject and questions directly come from this topic, so this should be given equal emphasis also. Observing for 2020, as we can see, the pie chart almost looks similar. 2013 to 2019 and 2020, the pie chart almost looks similar. So, this should be the overall subject-wise priority for GS3 subjects. Now, going specifically to the topics, as we can see for economy, if we have to prioritize certain topics, it would be these ones which are highlighted in bold. That is especially the employment and inclusive growth and issues arising for it. This should be the first priority because this topic overlaps with the GS2 human resources part, where questions, if you observe, largely similar in nature have been asked in both GS2 and GS3 also on this specific topic. Then growth development and government budgeting, and then effects of liberalization on the economy, changes in industrial policy, and their effects on industrial growth. So these should be the top three priority with respect to economy topics. Rest 4 and 5 are based on PYQ. We observe that if there is any development with respect to planning, for instance, Niti Aayog, if it is in news, then such a question is asked. But apart from it, overall, this should be the prioritization with respect to topics for economy. Coming to agriculture, as we can see, agriculture has roughly 4 questions, and we can group the syllabus lines into these 4 to 5 lines. So, since 4 questions are asked, easily 1 question each from each line is we're able to find every year. And since the lines are many, for instance, if you can see here in PDS, there's buffer stocks, food security, economics of animal rearing, e-technology in the aid of farmers and technology missions. So try to group such topics and complete it together because as we can see, there's 5 groupings and 4 questions. So 1 question each. So that is the nature of question being sprinkled across. That is the balance which agriculture topic deserves. So an MSP, this is a single end topic which has found repeated questions. So we can prioritize topics accordingly for agriculture. Next, moving on for the third priority, that is security. So as you know, security just if you can group the syllabus line into these 3 lines. There are roughly 4 questions from these lines. So it shows that with lesser preparation, security can be more rewarding. So especially in security, it is these topics which are highlighted in bold uh, have a relatively higher weightage. That is challenges to internal security through communication networks, role of media, social networks, basics of cybersecurity, money laundering. So this topic forms the first priority. Apart from it, the border area challenges. This also has to some extent overlap with GS2, neighboring countries and the border issues. So try to cover these topics well and they form higher priority here. Apart from it, coming to the fourth and fifth priority, which is environment and SNT. In environment, it is the conservation, especially the pollution and degradation part. This one forms a higher weightage. EIA being low weightage. If EIA is in news, then only the question arises. For instance, the draft EIA, which was in news last year. And apart from it, for SNT, it is the awareness portion with respect to IT, space, computers, robotics, nanotechnology, biotechnology. So this topic forms a higher weightage compared to the first part, which is application in everyday life, achievements of Indians and indigenous. So try to prioritize based on this. And then moving on to disaster management, as we can see, since it forms just a single line syllabus and questions can range between 1 and 2. So just from a single line, if we can find 2 questions, definitely the priority would be very high. So disaster management in that sense requires a decent amount of preparation. With minimal efforts, we can reap two questions directly from this topic. So this is the overall scheme of things for GS3 for subject wise and topic wise. Thank you very much for watching.